First 13 parents involved in the college admissions scandal faced a judge yesterday. Lori Loughlin arriving in court in Boston, smiling, waving to fans, signing autographs.
And then you had actress Felicity Huffman, who arrived with her attorney. She was much more reserved. In court, the parents were told their legal rights, heard the charges against them, and the possible penalties for the alleged crimes. So with us this morning is civil rights attorney Leo Terrell. Leo, so good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
All right, let's get right into it. The number one question I hear people, when they talk about this case, ask is, are these parents, these celebrity parents, going to face any jail time?
It depends if they cut a deal. That's going to be very important if they cut a deal. They can get a taste of jail time, not multiple years, anywhere between maybe 6 months to a year, maximum. It depends on if they cooperate. The major issue is if they cut a deal. And right now they're at a disadvantage because the head of the organization has already turned in evidence. He's a witness for the government.
No pun intended, Singer is singing.
He's singing, and you know what? That traps all these individual parents, because if they tell or mislead the prosecutor, Singer has all the evidence. So they're really trapped right now.
Well, I mean, the whole IRS thing is intriguing to me because, you know, it's always the IRS that brings you down.
Yes, you don't want the IRS because besides the bribery and mail fraud charges, if they made these donations and wrote them off on their taxes, there's additional federal penalties in addition to the federal charges of mail fraud.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always the IRS that gets you in the end. We know this. Okay, so the students have not been charged by investigators, and these parents are told, do not discuss anything about what's going on with your children.
Very simple, because the prosecutors don't want them to talk to the children because they're witnesses.
But how can you stop parents from talking to their kids?
I'll tell you right now, it is very difficult because there's a lot of things that goes inside the house that we don't know. But these parents cannot lie. If they get on the witness stand and get crossed up, they are going to find themselves facing more time. So if I'm the lawyers for these family members, do not talk to your children because they're possible witnesses.
What do? You send your kids someplace else so you're not even tempted?
Well, the suggestion is also like some of these kids didn't know what was going on. I don't know. I kind of find that hard to believe. It depends, I guess, on the situation.
Look, SAT test you got to take. Look, there was communication going on, and there are potential witnesses. You don't have to lock them up, Tony. But again, if I'm the lawyers, I'm telling them no communication. I get everybody in there. The family members and the children say, do not talk to each other.
Very quickly, what about the lawsuits that are being filed against the institutions and against even some of these parents who are involved in this scandal?
Some of them may have merit. It depends on if administrators within the universities had knowledge of these scams, because basically these family members are saying, I got cheated. My family members got cheated by these spaces being taken away by people who paid for them.
Right.
So they have a legitimate argument if the administration knew about it.
Okay, we're going to move on to another topic. This is big too. So a gender pay gap lawsuit was filed against the Walt Disney Company, where women are saying they're not being paid equally as men for the similar line of work. Does this have any merit?
On its face, it looks good. People in the same position, male and female, one's getting paid more than the other. But it depends on their track record, how many years they work together, the performance evaluation. There's so many X factors that are unknown. On the face, it looks good, but on the information behind the scene, we don't know yet.
Well, one of the little things that seems to be a big deal in the lawsuit is that the women's salaries are based on previous jobs, which may have been at a lower pay scale.
True. And that's the key. We don't know, but we have the women's facts. We don't know these other facts about the men, their background, the beginning history they had, what employment position they had before they got to the current position where they're both in a similar situated situation. There's so many facts we don't know, but the case looks good on its face. Women are being paid less, but there are factors as to why. We don't know those factors.
So Disney's board of directors are mostly men. Where do you see that playing out in all of this, and do you think things will change at all?
I think the whole purpose of a class action suit is to get people talking about it. Disney's a big corporation in this country. They want to be corporate friendly to the public. They want to have a good image. PR thing. So I think it's very important upon them to do something about the makeup of the board.
Well, and these kinds of suits have succeeded in the past. So there is precedent for this.
Oh, sure. They've succeeded in the past because the pressure on the corporation to do what is right. Sometimes what's right may not have to be in compliance with the law. They may take the step that is not necessary for the law to do.
Oh, wow. All right. Leo, we got through a lot.
Yes.
Always with you.
It's my pleasure.
We
great
could
to
keep
see you.
talking.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All
So
right.
good to see you.